Broadcasting live from the labyrinth of Scophos on the plain of Theros. It's Tap Tap Concede! Woo! Nice. And this is a very special post-PPR episode of Tap Tap Concede, where we have our 4 awesome and amazing special guests from the Theros Beyond Death pre-release here. From Wizards of the Coast, we have Melissa DeTora. We have Nissa Cosplay, aka Nadine. We have magic streamer and commentator Alias V, aka Eilidh. And we have Crim, the Asian Avenger, who is a streamer, content creator, and all-around gadabout, is how I said I would describe you.
Thank you.
So we are here to crack some packs for a special Crack-a-Pack Extravaganzum. But before we get to that, a couple of words from our sponsors. First of all, I want to thank Card Kingdom, our sponsor. They are a kingdom of cards and extremely patient and pleasant and non-judgmental about our unorthodox marketing strategies. Card Kingdom, a kingdom of cards. They just let you make up any slogan and they won't get too mad at you. But also, and I want to thank so much all of our patrons at patreon.com. We couldn't do what we do without you. We have this beautiful set and these awesome microphones and this amazing Paul that runs the board for us. And it's all very nice, and it is the direct result of your direct support. And we really appreciate it. It keeps the lights on and keeps everybody in lower middle class jobs. And gosh, what more can you ask for in 2020? That's an uplifting show.
Very.
I feel
uplifted.
Let's get to the crack-a-packing. And let's start with Melissa. What did you choose?
Okay, so I chose this Odyssey pack, which I believe is in Portuguese. Ooh. So, many reasons. One, I really like foreign cards. I thought they were cool. I always used to play them in all my decks, way back in the day. Odyssey was a set I drafted a ton of, also way back in the day, which I believe is 2001.
Whoa!
So maybe a million years ago, about, give or take.
Nice.
And I want to see if I can remember what the cards do.
All right.
So here we go.
Oh, excellent. So this is
All right, here we go. Cracking a pack of Odyssey.
Did anybody give us this pack? Was that donated to us by anyone?
It didn't have any words on it,
Okay.
so that would, I guess, mean no.
Well, whoever sent us this pack of Odyssey, thank you. All right, what's our first one?
I'm already in trouble.
Oh no, it's okay. We have the card reader that we can cheat off of. You don't have to know them all.
Okay, this might be a threshold card.
What is it?
I have no idea.
You can probably discard a card for an
Do you
effect.
know?
It's some kind of centaur.
All right, excellent.
I don't know the name. I'm not going to know the name.
This is, in fact, Crashing Threshold.
Hey.
It has Threshold!
Oh, it does have Threshold.
And yeah, if you discard a card from your hand, it gains trample until end of turn.
Nice.
Not bad.
I was confused because I could have sworn this card was a 3/3 and not a 3/4. Weird.
Well, I don't
More you
know.
know.
I think you got more than 50% of the text there. I'm going to give it to you.
All right, so this next card I did play a lot of in Standard, and it was also strong in Draft. It's Centaur Garden. It has tap to add G. Also, you ping yourself for 1 like a pain land. Lands were not very strong back then. And it also has Threshold. If you have Threshold, you can pay a green and sacrifice this to give a creature +3/+3 until end of turn.
Oh, okay.
It was really good in the Blue-Green Madness deck.
Oh.
The Centaur Garden.
Yeah. I know that card.
That's cool.
I
All
know
right.
that card.
This next one is a classic. Everyone should know this one. This one is just
Yeah. I know
Diabolic
that
Tutor.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Beautiful
Nothing
in
interesting
foil.
to see
Even
there.
I know that one.
I like that art though.
Yeah, I don't... this is not
There's
common
a
art.
neck in there.
I don't think I've seen this art on Diabolic Tutor very often, to be honest with you, though.
Noodle.
So this next one, this is the rare. Should I do the rare last?
Yeah, maybe do the rare
All right,
last.
let's do the rare. The cards were in a different order back then. I don't know. It was like
Back in their
uncommons,
order.
then the rare, then the commons. All right, what is this crazy card? It's an enchantment of some kind. I don't know what it is, so it must not have been very good. So let's see what that one is.
Mobilizing ink is my translation, but probably not.
Oh. Looks like it is. Oh, even the card reader is
Yeah.
having trouble
That's
identifying
how
this.
What are you?
unplayable it was, really.
So like a sit spell? Like
It looks like
something
it's an
with
enchant
cephalid-
creature.
Cephalid. I don't know. Like, how did you pronounce? Like
Cephalid?
Cephalid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out.
Tinta
Strong two-handed.
Immobilizadora.
It sounds like immobilizing ink, but I don't know.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
let-
sure. That sounds about right. That was a real
Immobilizing.
I have
card.
no idea if that was a card, but that's my
No, I
confession.
think that was a card. If I remember correctly, it was not playable in limited, which is probably why I don't remember it.
Fair.
Should we just move on then
yeah.
if we don't know what it is?
Yeah, let's move on and assume that it has been lost to the annals of time and the internet.
So this next card I do know because it was a premium removal spell.
Ooh.
4 mana, target creature gets +2/-2 for 4 mana. Can you believe it?
So good.
It also has threshold, and you have threshold. The creature gets.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it is
nice.
actually immobilizing.
Nice. Direct translation.
I can translate
Well, yeah.
languages I don't actually speak.
This card was just not good. All right, so anyway, the next card, Patriarch something or other, I don't remember. But anyway, +2/-2 for 4 mana. If you have threshold, an additional +2/-2, I believe, is what it
okay.
does.
Has the Cabal dude, right?
Yeah, Cabal Patriarch.
Yeah.
So just to get it. So threshold is getting a certain amount of cards into your graveyard if you didn't
7?
play at that time. 7 cards, right?
7 cards.
So I noticed on Immobilizing Ink, which we did finally get up on the card reader, enchanted creature has 1, discard a card from your hand, untap this creature, which honestly helps your opponent to reach their threshold.
Yeah.
Well, you discard a card from your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
it's
helps
helping
you.
your own threshold. Because
No.
you're getting cards
Yeah.
out of your hand into your graveyard.
Threshold is your own graveyard.
Yeah, but enchanted creature doesn't untap during controller's untap step, and
I mean,
enchanted creature
I
has
think the
1,
whole point
discard a
of the card
card.
is to gain threshold for yourself.
I guess.
I think so.
I think it's
Really?
just one
Discard
discard
creatures?
outlet.
That's just as a discard
You would then
outlet.
untap for them, I guess.
I mean,
right?
if
Oh,
yeah,
I do see what you're saying. You put it on your opponent's thing, but they
Yeah.
always have the option to discard a
Discard.
card
Untap.
to untap it, which I don't think you ever want to do because it turns on their madness and
Yep.
their threshold.
Yep.
And they
I feel
get
like
to just
that's a thing
untap
you wanna put in
their
your
thing.
own-
So
yeah,
it's
you
basically.
probably want to put this on your own creature.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, I can see why this card is not great and limited.
There's just kind of conflict in what you want to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyhow,
Patriarch's Desire.
that's
That's me in
plus
the
2
jar.
minus 2.
That's me in the jar for sure.
So this was removal back then. This is what we had to play if we
you've
wanted
looked
to
better
kill
before.
creatures.
I feel like removal has gone
after.
like this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this was removal back then, and then at some point it might have been removal in present. Maybe not
Maybe.
quite that bad. Maybe it would have only been 2 and a black.
you get that for like 1 mana. now?
4 mana for for a disfigure effect is like
Yeah.
not
Miserable.
very good. But way late in the game, it's +4/-4, so I guess it's a little more reasonable if you have threshold.
Yeah, -4 will kill. I mean,
Has an upward potential.
I think we'll see how many
At
things that would
sorcery
kill in
speed.
this pack.
All right, our next card is not a very good card. He's a dwarf of some kind, and he has Mountain Walk, I believe.
He also dies to Patriarch's Desire, so
He does, but no
Ooh.
one's playing him.
Dwarven
Dwarven Grunt.
Aw, cute. Mountain Walk?
1 mana, 1. That's just an honest
Do you not know what
magic.
Mountain
card.
Walk is?
Oh,
Mountain Walk is
I mean,
if they control a mountain, this creature is unblockable.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, cool. The same as Island Walk?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so all
Yep.
of the
It
forest
exists
walk,
for all
land
they all have
walks,
the same-
yeah.
okay, cool.
things.
Nice.
Also swamp walk. Shield.
This
Hard
one,
as a stone,
this next
twice
creature
as
is good
stubborn.
old Woodland Druid. 1/2 vanilla creature. Whenever there is a 1/2 creature for 1 mana, I always call it a Woodland Druid.
Cool.
Oh.
This is
What
the
is
OG
a
Woodland
tree?
Druid.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
It's cool. I like it.
That flavor text.
Dies
Yeah.
to Desire.
Yeah. So far, everything's died to that removal spell.
Yeah, so that removal spell's looking better.
But let's be honest, you're not playing Woodland Druid.
No.
I mean, maybe you are.
How
bad is your draft
gone?
This next one was a premium removal spell, first pick.
Ooh.
Second Thoughts.
There we
Exile target attacking creature, draw a card. I mean, it says draw a card.
That's
Oh.
pretty good.
Honestly,
Gotta play this one.
that seems. Yeah, that's great.
So from the game, where are you sending them?
does
You just
seem
pick up the card and throw it off the table?
If you
Yep,
can
it's exile.
compare it to the 4 mana
Okay.
minus +2 -2, that seems very good.
But for those that don't know, the Exile Zone was not always called the Exile Zone. It just used to be removed from the game.
Ah, cool.
The Exile Zone, I think, came to be in M10.
I think so.
I think so. All right, so next we have this little cephalid guy, and the cephalids all had a mechanic, which was sacrifice a land to do an effect. And I remember this card, sacrifice a land, draw a card.
Cephalid Explorer.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Oh.
That's what it looks like.
How good is it to sacrifice a land?
It's not good, but in Odyssey, it was fine.
Okay.
There were not a lot
I
of
remember
mana
this
sinks
card.
back
Scout?
then. Like,
Not Explorer? Come on.
Oh, sure. Yeah, translation,
But
I remember this. I played this with
Besides
my
it's
tabletop
explorable.
deck because I wanted a wizard deck.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it is a wizard.
Yeah.
A relevant subtype.
But sacrifice a land
The
does
art-
fuel your threshold, so there is
the
that.
art is pretty great. Let's talk about the art, please.
It's kinda good.
It's a cephalid in a dress.
And
Yeah.
in a forest.
Yeah. And it looks like it has a wig.
In a
It's
forest.
the great Nadir Kraken.
Yeah.
The deer kraken.
It's ancestor.
And Cephalid
Yeah.
Tribal is a thing. All right, next card was played a little bit in Constructed. This is Coffin Purge. It's B to remove a card from a graveyard from the game.
Oh.
And it has Flashback. Flashback was in this set. The first Flashback.
Does it have a
And
Tombstone?
It has a Tombstone.
Yeah, okay.
Check it out.
There you go. Because Flashback used to have the tombstone next to the
cool.
name, and
That's
it looked like it was just like kind of like cropped on there.
Yep, this was so you knew that you could play this from the
Absolutely
graveyard.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, this seems like it would actually be really good because it's instant speed. Remove target card in a graveyard from a game, so if somebody's going to get threshold, you can be like, no. And the flashback cost is just the same. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a sideboard card. It was okay.
Cool.
All right, I don't know what this is, but it looks like a dwarf. I believe you can sacrifice a land to make him a little bigger. He looks like
Some kind of smith.
a super weak card. Discard a card at random. Oh, your poor cards.
Oh!
That should be a goblin.
To get a
Goblins discard
3/1.
cards at random.
Yeah.
To get a 3/1. Also dies to that
Yikes.
removal spell.
Are dwarves just goblins before it was cool? Or
I can't believe you have to discard a card and it doesn't
At
even
random.
get a toughness boost.
Yeah, it was not good. Yeah, discarding
Plus
at
2,
random
plus 2
was,
would-
And it costs
was a
3
minor
mana.
theme of the set back then.
It's just like Rimrock.
But I guess with madness,
Adventure.
right?
Well,
Yeah, but it's at random.
you just have a lot of madness cards, I guess.
I think the
Yeah. I mean, I
idea
guess
is
threshold,
you
but
hold your
still.
lands in your hand, so this way you
Yeah.
have plenty of fodder
Yikes.
to discard. All right, the next card was a very sweet limited card that I played a ton of. Diligent Farmhand. It's a 1-mana 1/1. You can sacrifice him to Rampant Growth.
Oh, that seems really good, honestly.
Oh, and I forgot about this other text he has. If he's in a graveyard, he counts as a muscle burst.
Sorry, what's a muscle burst?
It's probably
It's a pump spell. There's actually a variant of it in M20 right now. It's target creature gets +3/+3, and then it
there we
gets a
go.
bonus if you have more of them
I
in your
remember
graveyard.
Oh, this is the OG muscle burst.
This is the OG muscle burst. Yep,
Nice.
and also in this set, this was actually a cycle, which was like pretty cool limited cards. Except the white one. Honestly, the white one was not great, but there was flame burst, which was damage, and if you had more flame bursts, it was more damage. Then there was the bounce one,
It's interesting.
oh,
ether something, and I don't remember what the other ones do. But I would guess discard one card for the black one. Ether burst. There we go. I don't remember what the black one is called. I guess they were all burst. So once I said ether, I should have just
Mind
said
burst,
burst
there
at
you
the
go.
end of it.
Yeah.
I like this art.
And then life
art is
burst, which was
glorious.
a life gain, which was not very playable in that
when
format.
did this
Sadly,
set come out?
2000. Well, it says 2001 there, so
Okay,
fall
so-
of 2001.
Wow,
So it's like an episode of Friends. So, like, the artwork
It's
just makes
funny
me
because
think.
it's true.
This and Hushbringer should be best friends.
Yeah, the '90s R&B album
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
arts.
Yeah, I can see why the
Maybe
the,
John Avon is a Friends fan.
the white
Maybe.
one is maybe not the best. Yikes! But what a cool cycle.
What? Life gain is so good. I don't know what you're talking about.
So our next card is the Zombie Cannibal. Also another weak creature. I think he removes cards and graveyards from the game or something, but he's not that good.
But
So-
the artwork.
You said that in this set there's a lot of like discard and stuff, so you end up holding your lands. I've noticed that the mana curve on this entire set is super low. Like there's all like these 1-drop and 2-drop and 3-drop creatures.
It
There's
was
like
a
the
much
biggest.
Three mana
different
1/1s,
time.
I don't understand.
Honestly, just me and Boba.
This was like very different from modern day Magic. Like in this format, you're pretty much right. You're just like playing cheap things, and then once you're done, you're discarding the rest of your hand
Right.
to like things like Wild Mongrel or Patrol Hound. And the gameplay was honestly not very fun. And like if you like read any article that was written like way later that like say Mark Rosewater wrote or something, he does say that like it was one of the biggest design mistakes was like encouraging gameplay that was don't play your cards. Like instead of playing your cards, discard them. It just is not fun gameplay. So that's Odyssey. All right, our next card is Halberdier. I think that's his name. First strike 3/1. I think that's it.
Oh, that seems really good in this set.
He does die
Yeah.
to the patriarch thing.
Everything so far has died to this patriarch.
Well, like Melissa said, this was removal.
It was
of the set.
actually like a very strong removal
Yeah.
spell.
Wow. I just had forgotten how many X2s there are and less.
It's getting better and better.
Our last card is the rare, and I have no idea what it does. I think it's a shrine, and I think it's not remotely playable. So let's see what this one is. Okay.
Sylvan Shrine.
Dwarven Shrine. Whenever a player plays a spell, Dwarven Shrine deals X damage to that player, where X is twice the number of cards in all graveyards with the same with the same name as that spell. Okay, so whenever a player plays a spell, for example,
Say a burst.
Life Burst. Dwarven Shrine deals X damage to that player, where X is twice the number of cards in all graveyards with the same name as that spell. So
All
if you're
graveyards.
bursting off,
Yeah.
so if you've got a Life Burst, then this is going to deal 2 to you. But if you've
Yeah.
got 2 Life Bursts in your graveyard, it's going to do 4 to you and erase that Life Burst that you just played. Oh
Yeah.
my.
And then if your opponents, like if you're playing a multiplayer game and they all have life bursts, because it counts all graveyards.
That seems
This
Seems
is
not for
very
limited.
this
seems
is
like
the same
so
set
much
as Call of the Beast, right? Or the make just a 4/4 beast token at instant speed and with flashback. I think this is the same
Hunting pack, I think, or
It's like triple green and 2.
Beast Attack.
Beast attack.
Beast
is that
Attack.
what it is?
it is
Like-
Beast Attack.
Like that was a crazy
2
card.
GGG, make a 4/4 at instant speed, I believe.
Yeah, and with flashback.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, there you go. That card was amazing.
Yeah, this card was amazing. It was such a beating.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
We also had the Elephant Ambush.
yeah.
yeah.
I love how elephants can ambush.
And then there was the one that made a 6/6 worm, right?
Roar of the Worm.
Yes, there it is. These are some magical cards.
Yep. You attack with the 2/2
great.
into 4 open mana. Oh, that was never a
Yep.
good idea because they
Yep.
always had the Elephant Ambush.
That card is ridiculous.
You-
And being able to do it again
Look,
for
you
the
can't even
exact
hide
same
behind
cost
that tree.
for that Call of the Beast or Beast Attack.
Elephants
Yeah.
aren't even remotely Seek. Y'all can
I don't know what elephant.
Well, like that's why it was
What
so
elephant? I don't
obvious.
even
If they
see
had
it.
2 GG
Elephant
open,
ninjas.
it was so obvious that they had an Elephant Ambush.
Ninja.
ninjutsu.
Goodness.
Yeah, this
I
card
love
was
that
sweet.
card.
Like these are all cards that I just remember seeing the artwork. Because like a lot of the artwork from like Odyssey just like kind of stuck with me because that's when I started playing. I guess casually just with friends. So I remember a lot of these.
What I remember mostly is this card called Quiet Speculation, which searches your library for 3 cards with flashback and puts them into your graveyard.
Ooh.
So you just like build a constructed deck with like 4 Roar of the Worms and like a bunch of other flashback things. You just like get your 3 Roar of the Worms into your graveyard and play them for 4 mana. And removal was not very good back then, so it was a really
Bounce,
powerful
baby.
thing to do. Actually, Ether Burst was a playable card in that format, in that block constructed format.
That seems like a good card
Is
against all these
this
tokens.
this is with Psychotog, right? And Childhood Nightmare and whatnot.
Yes. Psychotog, and what was the other card you said?
Childhood Nightmare or something like. It's the 4 mana 2/2.
yeah.
Because like
Threshold +2/+2, 4 mana
Right.
2/2 flying.
because
Yep.
I wanted to make I think it was like a horror themed deck. That was the first deck I made.
Nice.
So
How very like you.
there it is.
Childhood horror.
That
Yeah,
art's-
there you go.
Yes, that looks like.
That's
Ugin
such a
little
cool
bit.
card.
Dang.
It's okay. But, I
It
mean,
does
the
look
art
a
is
little
great.
bit like Ugin.
That smile, so charming.
Kind of looks like the Grinch. Real angry.
It looks like Grinch crossed with
The
Ugin.
poor kid who's having a nightmare. This
Yeah, if I
is so
saw that
scary.
in my nightmare as a kid, I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be as happy. But-
Ashiok's paying you a visit if that's what's
I mean,
coming
yeah.
down to see you. So that's Odyssey.
That was Odyssey. Nice little history lesson.
Yeah. Melissa, I'm very impressed with how you were
Yeah.
able to remember all of those cards.
Thanks. I've done a lot of drafts in my life.
would have guessed.
Moving on. Nadine, what pack did you pick?
I have Japanese Kaladesh, mostly because I wanted Kaladesh, and the first Kaladesh I found was Japanese. And I love Japanese, so that was great. Brought to you from Brian in Michigan, actually, who donated this pack. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I picked Kaladesh because I love the art style overall, because one of my favorite artists, Magali Villeneuve,
yeah.
did a ton of
She's
artwork
amazing.
on that set, and I just love all the intricate little detailing design, and that's so beautiful. Also, because most people sort of hated that format, and I love to play limited in Kaladesh. Yeah, I'm gonna jam it high. So let's open these.
Yeah, actually, I like Kaladesh myself.
Yikes. The superior pack cracking technology. The
I've never
pop.
seen that before.
That's loose translation is servo.
We got a servo token.
Yeah, like you did say about the artwork, I really love all the little details.
The
and
filigree.
Yeah.
There's so much detail. I
so
like.
pretty.
It's a very fancy place, Kaladesh.
Yeah, there's a German word for the style called Jugendstil. I'm not sure. It's like youth style, loosely translated. I'm not sure if there's an actual word in English for it, but that's what I would. Yeah, another loosely translation. Island.
Yeah, look how cool that is.
Well,
Little swirls.
I'll put the rare at the end too. Let's do this in the correct way. I think this is the Percata pillar.
Percata pill bug.
Pillar bug. Yeah, pillar bug.
Pillar bug. Lifelink.
Oh God, what's this? Yeah,
That just looked like a royal couch. To
Yeah.
Me, so
I recall
I've
that.
Maybe-
never
couch.
seen
I
that in
wouldn't
that
sit on that,
artwork,
though.
but you're absolutely
right, it just looks like
royal
a
couch.
sweet couch.
You're not a bug, you're a couch. Oh no, I'm not sure what. It's a removable spell.
Is it called? Should I say the name if I know it?
Yeah, it's
I think this
removable
is
spell, right?
Deadly Contract.
Yeah,
Does
sure.
that
Yeah.
sound right?
Yep, that checks
Which
out.
one is
Yeah.
it?
I think
Put it
that's
over
it.
here.
Oh, yeah.
Tidy
Tidy
conclusion.
conclusion.
Oh, I was very wrong. I think
But
Deadly
it's-
Contract
Contract
is
is-
the Ixalan one.
Yeah,
That makes treasure.
Yeah.
This
I never
guy-
would have guessed
It's
this
very
one.
similar though.
The suit has Fabricate one. I can't remember his
Dabbing
name.
Etherborn.
He's cute.
It has Fabricate one.
Look at
High
this.
Spire
artisan.
Artisan.
The gremlins. The gremlins. Little odd. These are so cute. They give you energy. I can't remember the names.
All right, these are thriving grubs.
Oh,
they're so cute.
The
Little
grubs.
grubs.
I love that. Oh God.
Is
Yeah.
that what
those
they're?
are
No,
so
those
cute.
are gremlins. Those are gremlins,
I
right?
don't care.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Kaladesh gremlins, right?
Yeah.
But they're tiny, so they're
Yeah. No, they're super cute. I kept thinking
For
they
the
were
benefit of
armadillo.
our podcast listeners, I'm going to start reading out the cards, which I probably should have been doing earlier, without Melissa to just tell us what they do.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone.
I was very impressed. But thriving grubs, if you're just listening to this, they enter the battlefield. You get 2 energy, and then if they attack, you may pay 2 energy to put a +1/+1 counter on it. I don't think this was one of the best energy payoffs in the set.
Oh, no, there were some like harness lightning.
No,
think was, like,
I
one of my
loved
favorite
all the
things.
2 mana, all the 2-drop creatures that give you energy, and when you attack, you can pay that energy. All of them seemed very good to me. I mean, there's better ones, but I like them all. All right, the next one is the larger in life.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
With this
yes.
instant that gives
Oh,
you
yes,
plus
pump
4,
spell.
+4. Oh, it's a sorcery.
Blah,
now.
blah, 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 blah. It's Backstreet Boys every time.
Give me a second, and now I remember where we're
Yeah.
going with that. Okay.
I can't remember this guy's name.
Which one?
I play
His lady's name,
very,
actually.
very
Is
little
he
of
the double
Kaladesh.
strike guy? No, he's a common. He
Or
wouldn't.
first
be-
strike, maybe.
Oh, maybe first strike. Yeah.
Let's see what it does.
What is this? This is spontaneous artist.
Haste.
Nope. Just
Dead
very wrong.
Yeah, but you get an energy.
Got to look
and
at
you
the
can-
art more.
Yeah.
He does look kind of quick. She. I don't know.
They.
Yeah.
He, she,
Yeah.
they. I'm not
This
sure
artist.
the gender.
Yeah.
But they look pretty badass.
Look at them. They're vaulting
They're
over a
very-
very
yeah.
spiky fence, and that shows confidence in your abilities.
Protect your butt.
Or that could be the fancy
Very
couch.
hasty.
Who knows?
It does look like a fancy couch. Everything looks like a fancy couch.
Yeah.
Love it.
That was an aerialist, wasn't
This
it?
card has Fabricate 1. It's a 3 mana 2/2 with Fabricate 1. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
the
artisan.
Right.
That's right. Oh no, I can't remember the name, but it gives you 3 energy, and you can tap it and pay 1 energy, I think, to scry 1 or something. Let's see what it does.
Hey.
Yeah.
Aether Theorist. Yeah. Nailed it.
Nailed.
I think this card was actually pretty good because you got 3 energy and it was a 1/3, which was,
I
I
love
feel
that
like
card.
It flies, right? I think it flies.
No.
Or no, that.
No.
oh,
No. This one flies. Yeah, it's a vehicle. I can't remember the name.
It
has
probably
one
has sky
flying.
in the name. Sky
Yeah,
Sky
Sky
Skiff.
Skiff, yeah.
Sky Skiff. One of the the most sort of straightforward vehicles. Crew 1, 2/3 flyer for 2.
Next one. Oh goodness, I don't know the name. I didn't even know what it does.
That looks like a pacifism.
It actually does. Yeah, probably.
No
art looks-
response.
Revoke privileges. Take that privileges.
All right. So yeah, enchanted
shall
creature
not
can't attack,
pass.
block, or crew vehicles. Which was like because vehicles were new to this set. This is the set that brought us vehicles. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved the idea of vehicles. I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah, same.
So this is a
Very same. I have no idea what that card does.
Oh, I think I know this one. I think it's start your engines. It turns on all your vehicles
yep.
and makes them bigger. Let's see.
Vroom.
It is.
Start your engines.
Yeah, vehicles you control become artifact creatures until end of turn, and they get +2. And
That's
all creatures you
cool.
control get +2/+0 until end of turn. So you don't have to crew any of your vehicles.
That's sweet.
This creature gets, or is it when it enters the battlefield, it gives another creature +1/+1? I can't remember.
I don't remember. It does deal with counters, but I forgot
Yeah.
how.
Let's see. Oops.
Armor
Draw a
Craft
card.
Judge. Oh,
This guy.
Oh, that was so
Damn.
good.
This card is
yeah.
great
For
in
each
EDH.
creature you control.
This card is great.
Remember
Like,
Oh, with
this-
a counter on
the
it.
snack
Yeah.
was there,
Damn.
so snack distributed all the counters, and you can. Oh god,
Yeah.
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 like this in an Azuri deck in EDH is wonderful. So
All right, next card. I think it detain. Like you, I think it exiled something until it left the battlefield. I can't remember the name though.
Yeah, I think it's like a Fiend Hunter variant,
Yeah.
but I don't remember the name.
Fairgrounds
Fairgrounds
Warden.
Warden.
Yeah, exile target creature an opponent controls until Fairgrounds Warden leaves battlefield. Oh, and it's got the same power and toughness as a Feed Hunter, too, actually.
You're coming with me. All right, the rare is Electrostatic Pummeler. Just 3 mana,
Ooh.
1/1. You when it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. You can pay 3 energy to give the Electrostatic Pummeler +X, whereas X is its power, I believe. Twink.
that red-green deck was so much fun to play.
Yep, you larger than life, this guy.
Yep.
Sweet.
Wow.
Not
So,
my favorite card in the set, but yeah, that's great.
did it bring back good memories, though? Yes. Excellent. That's what we want here. We want to fondly relive old sets. And speaking of fondly reliving sets, I'm reliving it right now because you can draft it on Arena, but let's talk about it.
Dominaria, that was the one I picked. And
Good set.
I'm a lot newer to Magic than the rest of the table here, as you may have
It's
noticed.
not that much.
So I started playing around Ixalan. That was legal at the time. M19 was the very first pre-release I did. So I went through a few sets. Dominaria was obviously around then too. And I remember hating Dominaria with a passion because I couldn't figure it out. I love limited, I love drafting, and I'd always get my butt kicked every time I played this. So, and then when I got a little bit better at Magic, I appreciated the set a whole lot more just because of how many cool things you can do in it, how different you can build the decks, and just how insane the games can go. So yeah, this is certainly one of my favorite sets to draft, and that's why I picked it.
Honestly,
that
mine
too.
too. Like
There's
it's
so many
it's
cool
really
things
good.
you can do with Dominaria in the limited
Yeah.
format. Yeah.
I remember swinging by and hanging out when you started
conjecture.
playing Magic.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, I was so bad at it. Still probably not great, but you know,
That's where you learn, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Taking
No,
my
nobody's
own-
good at if you're immediately good at it. It's probably you're probably wrong about your power about your skill level if you already think you're amazing after you start. Also, maybe you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
You know, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't have the disadvantage of a foreign language, so I could just read the cards. So the first one is the Deavenant Trapper. I like to call it the Tapper because it taps every time you cast a historic spell, so it's great with artifacts, legendaries, sagas, and the like. So-
Surprisingly irritating card to play
yeah,
against.
It's super irritating. I mean, it's a 3/2 for 3, so it's pretty good stats, but the tapping is what really makes it shine, I think. The next one is not super playable. I mean, if you need a 2-drop, then sure. But Cullen Warcaller, you're not ever really going to want to put a lore counter on
That
your
was
saga
that
or
one
find
deck,
a way
though.
to.
There was that one deck, though, where it was great.
Yeah, I mean, it could attack and like pump up a Song of Frailes or something, but I don't know. I never really found myself playing
was that
those.
the one
Maybe you
red
can,
saga? Was it Flame of Keld?
Yeah.
The one that adds
If you
plus 2
build
damage.
that, yeah, if
Yeah.
you build
Oh, yeah,
that
that could
deck,
be a thing.
you just wanted to accelerate progression on that saga
Yeah.
and that, yeah.
One of the cool, well, the first like keywords I came to know and
Yep.
whatnot was
There
a
it
kicker. So Crowsand Druid. The games go so long, you think, oh, why would you ever pay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana for a 2/3? Well, it gets to the point where you want to do that. So this can gain you 10 life and sometimes swings the game, surprisingly.
Well, I just like
cool.
that from a design point of view that like Wizards has like tried to do stuff. It's like this card is not dead in the late game. It'll
Yeah,
do something else
I
for
love
you.
that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
kicker is
that
just
was
one of
cool.
the most successful mechanics ever, which is why we keep bringing it back. Like it's always just a
So
solid
good.
mechanic, and a lot of variants or a lot of mechanics can actually be tied to kicker. Like, oh, this is just kicker, but different. You know,
So what was the first iteration of kicker?
Invasion, which
Okay.
was I think 2002.
That's
Okay.
before my time.
Way before mine. Next one is Drudge Sentinel. He's a decent chump blocker because he can become indestructible, I guess. I never really picked him very often.
Me neither.
He's
So,
fine.
He's fine.
A lot of people liked him a lot, and I never quite warmed up to it.
Yeah, no. Next
He's
one
okay.
is Vidalian Arcanist. It's pretty sweet in the Wizards deck.
Oh yeah.
So you can use its ability to add mana for spells, instant sorceries. If you got an Eilidh or something, then, you know, it gets nice and buffed. Yeah.
So I
pretty decent.
hadn't played enough Magic after we went home yesterday. We were very tired after dinner because it was like 10 p.m. and everybody's like, oh, I'm exhausted. But I hadn't played enough Magic, so Graham and I fired up Arena and we drafted Dominaria and did a red-blue Wizards deck. It was a weird Wizards deck. And I have to say, the 1/3 power toughness combo is so good in this set. It's really useful.
It blocks so many of the archetypes, like
the
knights.
color
That-
the combination
really good.
That's it.
Speaking of knights, Knight of New Benalia. It's a 3/1 for 2. You generally don't want to play this one unless you have nothing else. It dies to
But
everything.
the art is so good.
So the first 3/1 for 2 vanilla ever was Blade of the Sixth Pride in Time Spiral.
There's a cat,
And that
right?
card was groundbreaking. Like, it was the first 3-power, 2-mana card. It was common, and we had never seen anything like this before.
Nice.
I
Because
love that border,
Yeah.
by the way.
That's
the only
very
iteration
cool art.
of this shell that gets me to play it is if it's a cat.
I like this style of card. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
And it's just funny that this card was it was like a limited powerhouse because it was 3 power for 2 mana. And in Dominaria, you called this card, like you said, you just generally don't want to play it, which is like really interesting when you think about
just how
where
things
we
have
were
evolved. Yeah.
back
Flavor
then.
text.
Yeah, but in Dominaria, you just get, like, depending on who you're playing against, there's just saplings everywhere, and a 3/1 dies to something you didn't pay mana
Yeah,
for.
fungal infection just takes it out straight.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Like, this card is kind of, you don't usually want to play this card, especially in like a best of one and on Arena when they could have any
It's
kind
like
of
a filler thing
saplings.
for the night show, I guess.
Yeah. If you need it, if you've got like History of Benalia, then sure, grab all the knights.
Yeah, but they can't all be winners.
Nope. All right, next up we got the Yavimaya Sapphire. I like this
I
card.
love that card.
Yeah,
Card
it's
is
a good
sweet.
3-drop. It's a 2/2 that makes a 1/1 Sapphire token. So if you're in green-black, you got good old what's his face?
Slimefoot.
Slimefoot, yeah.
Our good friend Slimefoot.
Yeah, good old Slimefoot. If
He
you
was
got
a
anything-
stowaway.
He's very good. Yeah, if you got anything else that cares about Sapperlings, like the
Good card. Oh, yes.
the Munchy Boy, forgot his name now too.
The one that whenever you eat
The
a
4-drop that
sapling, right?
munches, yeah,
The
gets a
3/3.
2/2. I forgot what it's called, but
The,
yes.
the combat math ruiner.
Yeah,
Is it
that one.
the
Which one?
ominous or something?
Omnivore.
Omnivore,
Is it
yeah.
Yeah.
No, not. Is it omnivore?
That's
Omnivorous Thallid or something
Yeah,
like that.
omnivore. Yeah, it's something like that.
I call it an omnum num num.
Thallid.
Thallid
Oh, okay.
omnivore.
Omnivore.
Valid
Yeah,
omnivore.
I nickname everything, so I have trouble with names. Next up is Sparring Construct. I really like this card. A lot of people who are fancy and play limited well say, nah, don't pick this. But this is cool. It's historic. It gets a 1/1 counter and it's a 1-drop for 1. So I don't see why you shouldn't play it.
There was like a combination of thing that cared about artifacts to some extent, right?
Yeah, like the other
That
day
one
I
was faced
faced,
like a filler thing.
I faced a deck that was using this, Whisper and Teshar. So every time you'd sack a thing, you could bring something back, and then Teshar would fire off again, and I was just like, what is going on? So yeah, I think it's a good addition if you are lacking. Divination, what's this called? Pot of Greed? Is that the reference? Everyone
yeah,
always calls it that.
yeah.
Council of
it's
the
just draw
Soratami.
Draw 2 cards, sweet.
Yeah.
No downside. Just have cards. Demonic Vigor. I didn't like this very much.
Nah,
I kind of think it's meh.
highly meh.
Yeah, I mean, you can enchant a creature, it gets +1/+1. When it dies, it comes back to your hand, so coolish. But it's kind of like Kaya's,
Kaya's
Kaya's
Ghost
Form?
Form.
I'd rather just play a real card.
yeah, like, everyone's always
Yeah,
like,
I'd rather
oh, yeah,
play a
pick that, it can
creature
come
or
back.
a
It's
removal
like,
spell or something.
yeah.
And if you really want that +1/+1, there's a short sword
yeah.
in the set,
like
which
something
will-
that rather lasts.
that triggers historic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also.
Up next is one of my favorite cards in the set, On Sarah's
This is a
Wings.
good one.
Have you ever equipped this to a turtle? A hexproof
Yes!
turtle? Yes!
Calcite Snapper and any kind of like flying aura is just like
Yeah.
I was if I give like
good.
very large and like just like heavy creature things like a turtle or Hydra. If I attach wings to it, I just like to
Yeah.
imagine it. And I just imagine the tiny little
With little
cute
wings. Flap, 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 flap,
And
flap.
Yargle.
window
And Yargle.
side wings on
Yargle,
this
yeah.
giant turtle.
Love doing that.
Make Yargle fly.
Yargle flying is-
Vigilance,
is
life
fun.
thing. It's insane. There was one point where
Don't you
people
know
were.
Yargle has flying in the story? He shot down the ship.
Oh,
Well,
rude.
He brought
because
the-
he
he
had
brought
Sarah's
down the-
blessing, or he was on
Yeah,
Sarah's
he was on
wings.
Sarah's wings, obviously. He's been
Piggybacking
stealing.
on Sarah.
Yargle successfully attacked the Weatherlight without reach or flying.
What a champion. He's a good frog. Up next,
frog.
we've got Spore Crown Thallid. Now, this is a super good 2-drop, especially if you're in Sapperlings.
Yeah.
Because it gives all of them +1/+1.
I think that's like a serious first pick contender.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely. Especially because in Arena, especially, they tend to not pick a lot of the fungus cards. So if you can get them early and then scare
Yeah.
the bots off, then you're going to sit pretty. All right.
Busted.
Up next, Arvad the Cursed. I like drafting this because I tended to enjoy the Knights of Malice, Knights of Grace.
Yeah.
And then if you are lucky and got an Ariel, then that's kind of sweet. Also with Esper colors, if you got like, what's Flashy Boy's name?
Yeah, it was so easy as Flash
Raph.
set too.
Raph,
Raph.
yeah, Raph Capuchin. If you got him, then, he's this enormous flyer in the air because he gives all the legendaries +2/+2. So, yeah, I thought he was pretty cool. I mean, his stat line's not great, but, he's got Death Touch and gives the rest of the team the buff, so that's cool.
He's a helper.
Yeah, he's a helper. And then the final card, the rare, is Sylvan Awakening. I've lost to this card quite a few times. Yeah.
This is a fun
You know
card.
when games go
This is a
long in
fun card.
Dominaria and they're in green, you be afraid. Be very afraid, because Sylvan Awakening is going to boop you in the snoot with Indestructible Hasty Lands.
Yep.
There's still lands.
Yeah.
I like
There's
this
still
card a lot.
lands. Ugh. Yeah, that's just like, well, time to flunge,
Yeah.
right?
It's also great if you played a kicker spell that lets you look for lands. Forgot the name.
Yeah. Grow from Butts. Grow from Ashes.
Grow from the ashes.
Grow
yeah.
from the ashes. That sounds about right.
I love just building decks with a pseudo green grow from the ashes
Yeah.
shell and just put every color
Yeah.
in there.
I mean,
Just
if
play
you were
all
in
the
green, you
color
could pretty much play any colors you wanted because of all the fixing and the go fetch
I usually
different
just
lands.
play all
thing,
the
so.
colors.
Whenever I played that, I was just playing with Fall of Thran. And to blow up all the lands. I mean, why not?
The grim at the table.
Exactly. I gotta blow up all the lands. I don't really win or anything.
I think I
but-
tried that once and I was like, eh.
But I guess it's onto my pack, huh? I am opening Modern Masters 2017, which was sent to us by Mr. the Walrus. This is East 19. Is that
PAX
PAX
East. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. the Walrus, for sending this. The reason why I chose this pack is really just because I love master sets. It gives me I get to see cards that are, from all periods of Magic, and I get to play them together, especially in Limited. So it's just a lot of fun. And there's this specifically, Master 17 was my absolute favorite Modern Master set to have come out. So
Sweet. My first Masters set was Ultimate Masters, and I drafted it all at once. And
I'm
I made
so
a,
sorry.
I made a. Oh, I mean,
I'm so sorry.
for a first timer, it's okay. Like I got the blue red wizard that makes little dragons. Can't remember what that was though. It was like a merfolk.
that made
A
dragons.
blue-red
Yeah.
wizard that makes dragons.
It's like a merfolk wizard. I'll think of it, but you carry on there.
Dragons or drakes?
who is
Are you
this
sure
dragon?
it's a mono blue?
Might have been drakes.
If
There's
you-
a mono blue dude that makes 2/2 drakes if you.
Oh yeah,
cast
my
instant
deck
or
was
sorcery
okay.
dragon.
So maybe it
Talon?
wasn't as
Oh,
yeah,
Talon,
Talon,
okay.
Talon,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
one. I
okay.
got that one. That was pretty fun.
That's
if you
great.
can think
man.
of the card, put it in the
2 and
comments.
double blue.
We won't read them, but you can put it there.
So the first card I opened is Core Skyfisher. This was a lot of fun in Limited with World Wake, I believe, right? Because I think that's when this that hit, and this is why I love Masters packs. So you get to
Also-
see something like that.
This was the set that I came in original Zendikar was my first block, and boy, this card is so good. I was always like, wow, it's a 2/3
that is
flyer
good.
for 2, and I get to return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. And of course, landfall was in this set, so you could
Correct.
bounce your land back and
That's
then get your
insane.
landfall triggers again. It was very good.
At common?
Yeah, this is like a
yeah.
cube thing. Like if you're gonna do a popper cube, this is a great card to put in.
Damn.
And then the next card
so much for
is a fun one. This was, I think, in Return to Ravnica originally. Deputy of Acquittals.
Is that the one that returns the
Yeah.
creature? That's like the same card.
Yeah. This is quite a pack, actually.
Yeah,
But it doesn't
But it doesn't
fly.
fly?
And it lacks the toughness.
that's got
But it has
flash.
flash.
Yeah, you
Fair.
can save your
Has
thing
flash.
from removal.
That's pretty much what I used it for. Mist Raven, however, I don't remember where that's from.
Oh, that's from Avacyn Restored.
Is that where? Because that's like something I would never in a bajillion years
This was
play.
a powerhouse in Avacyn Restored, though, because it was a 2/2 flyer for 4, and you got to bounce a creature. So, like, they'd put out... With Avacyn Restored, they'd put out, like, a bunch of big stuff, and then you'd bounce it back, and then get it.
Sadly, Avacyn Restored is not a very beloved draft format. It might be one of the worst draft formats of all time. Really sorry to those Avacyn Restored fans out there. But this card was super powerful in that format.
It looks pretty good.
By a lot.
Yeah.
Next card is a wonderful piece of real estate in the Orzhov Guildgate. I mean, just fixing, always good, right?
It's a big house.
And then, of course, this was a fun cycle. I loved all the seals. This one, I opened what looks to be a Seal of Primordium. Sacrifice it, destroy target enchantment or artifact. Obviously great. I think I really like the red one, Seal of Fire. That's the one that can, like, shock, I think, right? If you
Yep,
sack
that's correct.
it. Yeah.
It's from Nemesis.
There we go.
Who knows Nemesis?
I know that card.
Volrath was in it, right? It's the one with the shovel symbol,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Volrath was
No.
in there. Yeah, I
no.
believe that's right.
It is, right? Okay. I was like, is it Apocalypse? No, never mind. Bone Splinters. I don't remember the first appearance of Bone Splinters.
I think it was a core set.
Was it a core set? Because, yeah, it's pay 1, sack, as an additional cost, sack a creature just to kill a creature.
You know, it took me forever to realize that was a bird man. I always thought the beak and stuff was the hair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh no, it's actually
It's
a bird guy.
a demon with a...
Oh, no, Alara.
Shards of Alara or Alara? This is an Alara
shards?
set. It's shards, right? Yeah, okay. Soul Warden.
Oh,
I
nice.
believe this is what Soul Sisters
Hey,
is based
Soul
off of.
Sisters.
And this
Sisters.
is just got added to Historic also, right? Like, yeah. So
Oh,
you
yeah,
can,
sure.
Yeah.
This card is crazy.
Originally from Exodus, I believe.
Jeez.
Yes. And this card was sweet because it's whenever another creature enters the battlefield. Not just your own, just
Yeah.
a creature from anywhere. I thought that was pretty sweet. I don't know. Was Spell Pierce first in Zendikar?
I believe it was.
Zendikar, right? Yeah, I remember getting Spell Pierce
love
often.
the
art
So
That's a cool one.
this has just been a staple ever since it got printed, right? Every format
Yeah,
that it's ever
it
been
was, yep.
played in has just been really good. It got reprinted in Ixalan,
Yeah.
or maybe it was Rivals. It was an Ixalan set. Just counter a target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2 for 1 mana. That's absurdly efficient.
It's really easy to leave up a 1 mana
Yeah.
counter.
Like, as I remember in Ixalan, this was, especially in closed beta, this was the most terrifying thing.
Yep.
'Cause when Arena's in closed beta, like, Merfolk was so good.
Everyone should play Merfolk. It was great.
Yeah. Hey, and there's the
Ooh.
invocation version of it
That's
with
super
Kefnet.
cool.
Good old Kevin. All right.
Rip Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
And then we have Mog Flunkies. This is
What?
what is the original set this is from?
This is an old one.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I
think
can
about
tell
it.
you the answer if you want.
Oh,
But I
no.
feel like I'm telling
okay.
too many answers.
No.
1 second.
It says all the
Okay.
answers.
I do not know.
I'm gonna say it's
No
like,
idea.
it's like an old set, like an
It's got the
Urza
hammer,
set.
right? Or
So this was from Stronghold.
Oh.
with with the same set with Stranglehold, right? Or no, not Stranglehold. It's the glass. Yeah, there it is. The little door window thing. Yeah.
This was
I
from
don't
the
remem-
same set as Dream Halls.
Oh, right.
That classic.
All right, Graceful Reprieve. I don't remember this card and what it's originally from. When target creature dies this turn, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control.
That's kind of cool.
I don't really know this one, but if I were to guess, I believe I would guess like Return to Ravnica, but I don't actually know.
I don't think
The
it,
art.
Oh,
who
Lorwyn.
would remember
Shadowmoor?
this?
No. Is this Shadowmoor?
Lorwyn.
No. Morningtide. There we go. And
I don't know
then,
anything.
I mean, I know this card. I think we all love our signets, Simic Signet. Any EDH players, I mean, we probably all use a silly amount of signets in all of our decks.
Never.
This card.
Mono-colored decks all the way.
Oh, I mean, yes, unless you're playing a monocolor
cheap
deck.
mana
Mono
base.
white they heard.
You're right. Well, actually, some of the monocolor mana bases are pretty pricey, right? You have the mono white lands, and because you get to use all the utility lands, right? Like Maze of Ith, things like that. Who knows? But Molten Rain, this was a card I definitely played a lot of in the sideboard of Modern, and you can definitely play it, out of a burn deck. Because there's a lot of non-basics in Modern at the point, so you blow them up and then you can just shock them for 2 or something like that. Soul Ransom is another card. This is Gate Crash. I think this is Gate Crash, right?
I think you're right. Yep.
Remember this, because discard 2 cards, Soul Ransom control, sacrifice, and then draws 2 cards. Okay, yeah. And then any opponent may activate this ability. And then this card, this terrorized me when it was in Standard, Hell Rider. It was very good in Naya Humans. What was this also Gate Crash block, right?
That was the same Standard.
Yeah, that
But
this.
it's from one of the Innistrad ones, right? 'Cause it's
Yeah.
a delve.
Or Dark Ascension.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 mana, haste. Whenever a creature you control attacks, Hell Rider deals 1 damage to defending player, and it's a 3/3. This was ridiculous. You'd flood the board with a bunch of cheap little threats. Champion of the Parish, the 1/1 human, stuff like that. Mayor of Averbrock, who knows? And I remember at a point, I think Dominaria was in this too, right? Burning Tree.
Stormkirk.
Yeah,
Noble?
Stormkirk Noble. There's Burning Tree Emissaries.
Oh yeah, the deck was called Naya Blitz, and you just flood the board with stuff by turn 3.
This would just, by the time you hit turn 4, like when the opponent played this, you were most likely dead, especially if this attacked. Last card, a very fun card that I actually had a blast playing, and it's Unburial Rites, because I loved playing, and it's foil one too. I loved playing in Solar Flare.
That's pretty.
Playing this in Solar Flare, bringing things back. It's a 5 mana sorcery. Return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield with flashback for 3 and a white. Nice. I remember bringing back tons of things actually, like all the Titans, because this is illegal when there were Titans from the core sets.
Yeah, I remember you play Mulch, and then you flip into your graveyard this card and Craterhoof Behemoth. Yeah, and also while also flipping 2 lands that go into your hand conveniently.
Perfect.
Or you get the Craterhoof back. That was really fun.
Mulch. Yes.
Sweet.
And this is so overall, this is why I love Modern Masters packs, just because you get to see all these cards that were never together in the same set, and when you got to play limited, you got to see what they all did.
I always appreciate how much work. I assume that the play design team that you work on puts into these kind of sets to make sure all the cards go well together. And
yeah, we try and tailor the limited format so there's a reason everything is there, so if you see a card like Core Skyfisher, you know that there's something you can do with it. Every card is there for a reason.
I also love the thing that they did with Modern Horizons, where they took a bunch of existing cards with high power level and made new ones too for the modern format. I know a lot of people hated it, but I loved it.
I thought it was cool.
It was a very well-loved limited format, though. That limited format was really well done.
Let's be honest, it's the only way I look at it.
Limited for life.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I play other formats occasionally, but...
Well, I think that was 4 random and fun packs to crack. So I think that about does it for this episode of Tap Tap Concede. Before we go, I want to say thank you so much to Melissa and Nadine and Eilidh and Crim. Thank you so much for joining me. If you missed the pre-release, you can check it out on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/LRRMTG. And you can go there and subscribe and check out this video. I guess if you're already hearing this, you're probably already subscribed. But if you're not, go do it anyhow. And you get to see the PPR where you can see all of these people, but everybody who beat me.
All people.
Spoilers.
Well, oh yeah, I suppose. Darn. You can see the spectacular results. But thank you so much for doing that, and thank you so much to Card Kingdom for sponsoring our show. If you go to Card Kingdom and want to order some of their suspiciously fast shipped singles, go to cardkingdom.com/LRR and you can say Loading Ready Run sent me button, please, and you'll get a free button with your order. I don't remember what it says now because they turn over fairly quickly because everybody is great and we appreciate it.
They leave me nice notes every time I've ordered. They've left me a nice little note or something. Thank you.
Considering how fast you get your stuff, the service is surprisingly personal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I love it. I actually love it. So it's pretty great.
You can tell a human hand is at work and it cares, and that's something. And speaking of other somethings, thank you for all of the support you give us on Patreon.com. Patreon/Loading Ready Run. Check out our Patreon. We really appreciate it. We can't do what we do without your support, and it's wonderful and momentous. And until then, thanks very much. This has been Tap Tap Concede. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.